What are the arteries that supply the brain that pass through the frame and magna?
Vertebral arteries.
Yeah. Vertebral arteries. Okay. Identify the arteries that connect, that you would use if you wanted to connect left and right sides of the cerebral circuit together.
Communicating arteries?
Yes, which one? Anterior. Posterior connects front to back, kind of. Anterior communicating would connect the left to right side, so we needed to go all the way around. What sinus drains directly into the internal jugular vein?
The
Sigmoid sinus. All right. What sinus drains directly into the straight sinus? Inferior sagittal sinus. Okay. What part of the brain is involved, would be activated when you saw somebody stealing dark chocolate from a rotten egg?
Wait, what?
Wait,
Try to put all the function in one sentence. And you weren't sure whether you should tell them that that egg was rotten. Huh? No. Amygdala and the cingulate gyrus are involved in recognition of face and fear, learning induced by fear. But remember that recognizing whether food is rotten, whether to tell someone that someone else is cheating, whether to eat dark chocolate or semi-sweet chocolate. Insula. I tried to put the chocolate and the rotten food and the telling on somebody all in one situation.
Right now?
Remember the insula? Yeah, insula. What area, what do we call the structure that synthesizes dopamine?
See, it's something
Extension
whatever.
niger.
we know that one.
Okay. So those are the types of matching, the fill-ins, the types of questions that you'll have on the exam. It's designed to be finished well within 2 hours. So our typical ones are an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes or so. And then we're going to start the lecture on physiology. So we don't have the neurophysiology. We don't have a lab exam. So if you need an extra jolt of coffee, I wouldn't go any farther than that. I wouldn't do the Red Bull or the stuff like that. I don't want to be doing CPR on anybody. But we normally, you don't have, listening to me lecture should be easier than taking 2 exams in one day.
Is that a yes or a no?
It's
Going in a circle.
Somebody give me a tape and tell me yes.
It's uncontrolled and
So
stressful.
that is Thursday's lecture. It will be introducing you to the concept of channels. So we've talked about ligand-gated channels and voltage-gated channels. What part of a neuron contains ligand-gated channels? Cell body and dendrite. Okay? The axon is voltage-gated. So those are 2 of the 5 different types of channels we're going to talk about on Thursday. So kind of bringing that back in and look at. Yes, ligand and chemical gated are the same. Okay? So let's take, we have 2 case studies today, I believe. Parkinson's and frontal temporal dementia, Pick's disease. Okay. So let start you guys work on review, study. If you're done with your cranial nerve, if you would like to keep that, I will initial it and you can bring it back on Thursday if you want to use it for review. Or else you could just stick it in the plastic box over there. We have a sensory motor integrated pathway lab that is also due on Thursday, so I'm going to give you the next 45 minutes to work on that if you're all done with your cranial nerve lab. And then at 12:30, 12:45, we'll start like 12:30, the first of our case studies, take a short break and do our second case study. Okay? So if you don't want to keep your cranial nerve nuclei, I want to turn it in the box. If you do want to keep it and it's done, I'll initial it and you can keep it. If it's not done, you can work on it. If it is done, you can start the integrated pathway. The lecture notes, I ordered them at the same time. Those were delivered the very next day.
Same day.
And I realized I didn't do that in two boxes, two packets. So I called them this morning thinking I had thought I had both of them. Well, apparently my packet was too big and they wouldn't print them. They said it had to go to the book reprint.
Trying to go.
Did you tell me to use that one word?
It's like, would you like me to resend you the different order? Apparently it's what I did last year. He's like,